Finding a job when you're first starting out in UI UX design or even web design can be quite challenging, and not having a portfolio can make it more difficult. However, it's not impossible to get your first experiences and really get the ball rolling even without a portfolio. And in this video I want to talk about this topic and tell you exactly how you can do that without a portfolio. So the very first thing that you want to consider is that a portfolio of some sort is definitely going to help you. When I see it, the portfolio is almost more important than a CV, because during the portfolio, in the portfolio, I can literally see some of the projects you worked on, and maybe read a brief case study or a description of the project. So a portfolio really enables a potential employer to see your past experience and if you can be a good fit for the job. However, one of the most challenging parts when starting out is that you don't really know how to build up that portfolio of work that is going to eventually attract those kind of clients that you want to work on. You want to work with. The tips that I can give you if you're a student and you're just starting out and you want to get some experience but without having a real-world portfolio, is to do side projects. And one of the great thing about side projects is that you can tailor them based on the type of work that you want to work on. And this is something that not many designers think about when starting out, but it's actually something really important. And I'm going to tell you a brief story of mine. So even after years that I've been doing UI and UX design, I always used to do some side projects, but in the recent years I did some UI kits, which you can see by clicking the link in the description below. And the crazy thing about the UI kits was that I basically created a lot of web apps and dashboard UI kits, and as a result of that, I attracted way more clients that actually asked me for web apps and dashboards, even if those UI kits weren't real life projects, they weren't client projects, but those UI kits help me to do the marketing and promotion and help me land clients, which were quite big because they saw the potential in me and my capabilities, especially when it comes to the UI design. Then I later on transitioned even more into the UX design. But what the UI kits did is basically they help me attract those type of clients. So let's say that, for example, you want to work on iOS projects for B2B companies. If you're going to create a few side projects or even just one or two side projects which are specifically about iOS for B2B, chances are you're going to be much more appealing to those type of companies when you're going to actually apply for either a job or a freelance gig or even a contract job. You kind of get the point in this. So one of the things which I definitely recommend you to do if you have no items in your portfolio is to create a side project. And it can be something which is very enjoyable to work on because you literally you're your own maker and you can literally create anything that you want with no boundaries whatsoever. Now, the second tip that I have for you if you're starting out without a portfolio is to work for free. And I know that some of you now are going to like freak out and be like, no, I don't want to work for free. This is and I totally get it. I'm not a big proponent of just doing like free work. However, when you're first starting out, if you have no items in your portfolio, you can only gain by working for free, because you're going to gain experience, and this is definitely going to help you out and pay dividends throughout your whole career. Now, when it comes to working for free, I have one major tip, and that is do not work for a small mom and pop shop or your friend's new super cool startup. I mean, if you want to do that, it's totally fine, but my advice would be to actually contact agencies, which can be small to medium-sized or agencies or businesses, and basically offer to work for free for a company which already has some traction and already has like essentially where I'm going with this is you want to work for a company that is going to help you out also in your curriculum and in your portfolio, because eventually the work that you're going to do for that company, you're going to feature it in your portfolio. So it's really important to target the company in a way that you're going to have an asset in your portfolio instead of instead of having like a project which isn't really great for attracting the next client. Because the thing is, if you work for free for let's say 2 companies and they're talking about apples, and you want to attract a client which is going to ask you for why, like it's there is a difference here, and you want to maintain consistency. So if your goal is to apply for cryptocurrency startups, having more cryptocurrency startups in your portfolio is definitely going to help you out. So this is the second tip, and my third tip is to actually use websites like Fiverr or Upwork or Freelancer in order to get some quick experience fast. I wouldn't stay on those sites too much, but if you have again, if you have zero working experience, this can be you can literally gain some experience from those. Don't have high expectations. It's all about just getting in touch with the market and building up some initial momentum. Now, on those websites, you need to pre-qualify clients much harder than you would by using other mediums. But it's definitely something that can be done, and if I were to start right now, like again all over, I would or those sites that I mentioned, or I would definitely contact small business owners on their social media. So I would find out the decision makers in a company, and I would contact them either on Facebook or LinkedIn, or even do some cold outreach to them. And basically that's how I would get the ball rolling. Now, the cool thing is that once you get the ball rolling and you have a few projects, then everything becomes easier, and you start getting momentum. So it's all about pushing through that initial stage, guys. I promise you, once you get your first portfolio items and you start gathering a little bit of experience, everything becomes easier. So I totally understand the struggle that some of you guys might go through now, but again, guys, it's all about having a long-term vision, because once you get to a more established point, then things are easier. Other things become more difficult in other ways, but it's a positive. Those are positive problems to have, but you're definitely going to get there. So this is it for this video. I hope this was helpful, and if you liked it, leave a thumbs up and also leave a comment. I'm curious to hear your thoughts, and if you have any questions on this topic, I would definitely like to get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, just let me know your thoughts, and we'll speak soon in the next video.